Good evening, everybody. For those of you new to my channel, I'm Kathy. This is Northstar Prepsteader channel, and thank you for being here. And Alicia and Kiri, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. We'll be praying for you, Alicia. That's yeah. You got to be careful with those kind of things. So your hand smells like cilantro. Well, as long as you like cilantro, that's good because there are all of those that have a hard time with it, right? So, you have shorts on? Oh my goodness. Yesterday we were in the low 60s for the beginning of March. I mean, it's crazy. It really is. So we still have, oh, you can see no snow. Here we go, right there. There's no snow and still light out, but it will be dark by the time I finish this live. So I've got all the blinds closed in the living room. Everything's backwards back there. There we go. Hey, Michigan Daffodil, good evening to you. Tell you too, you don't live in Los Kier, you are so funny. Oh my goodness. Yes. That would be good to know. I mean, if they're trying to drag you out of the middle of Texas, they're they're grasping at straws, aren't they? Oh my goodness. So shorts on. Yeah. Today it stayed in the 30s. Gonna be a little bit. Last week it was just like so up and down. It was crazy. It was just crazy. We had it was like in the 50s, and then it dropped down to, we had minus 22 wind chills, 22 below 0 Fahrenheit. So yeah, that's chilly. And then it jumped up into like 40, and then it was back down to 0, and then it was just like, it's like a roller coaster. And this week it's, like I said, yesterday was in the 60s. Today I think we hit 32 maybe. But and then we've had, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was like crazy windy. I mean, we had 25 and 30-mile-an-hour winds sustained all day long. It started out in the morning from the east, and then it shifted to the west, and then it went to the north. It was just like all over. And then it was sunny, and then we had some clouds blow through with some snow. After, I mean, it just went from 60 and then just dropped. And then there was a little bit of snow, and then there was like, it was nuts. And you know why? Because I went to see The Chosen yesterday. So that's why it was crazy, right? But had no sun. Oh, 2 months. Wow. That is hard. That's what we get too in El Nino years. It's like always mild and overcast. And so we had a lot of foggy days in January, and into February. But yeah, we were pretty much the same way maybe even the end of December too. But now we've had a lot more sunny days, which has been nice. So the past 10 days, you've had 3 goat kids, 6 live births. Oh, wow. That's unusual to have so many males, right? Hey, Patty, how are you? Good evening. Lots of rain and wind lately got rid of most of the snow. Oh. Ooh, ice. Ice and out of power. Yikes. Yes, the sun does bring our spirits up, and especially when we have short days. It definitely does. And next Monday, we will be on our new time because we have a time change. So it will be light out, kind of like this the whole time. So I will have late afternoons now. It's so hard in the morning, though. You had a full spring for a few days, and boom, snowing off and on 2 days. Yes, we've had that too, Patty. Absolutely. Christy, hello. Hello, hello. You've never had 100% one gender. I've had 4 more to kids, so wondering pops up. I would think that is so unusual, and from what I've seen on YouTube with, um, maybe more sheep, I'm not sure, and the lambs, that there seems to be a higher percentage of females to males. But to have so many males, that's awesome. I mean, I think, unless you're trying to raise them for breeding or something, but, yeah. Connie, hello. Donna, hi. Yes, I got my voice back. Yeah, I missed you guys last week. It was a cold. I had to go 2 weeks ago, I had to go to see my doctor for a Medicare well check thing. It's crazy. It's like, I need to have a face-to-face. And so, anyway, you just say, "Hi, yeah, I'm here. Yes, I do need this. Yes," it's like it just irritates me to no end. It's like, because he's a great doctor, but he's so hard to get into. And so, like, here I am taking up a time slot that somebody who really needs them, has to see him, and then I'm taking up that time, and it's like, really? And then the expense of that to Medicare, a $350 office visit or something, and it's like, I so I was a little bit irritated, to say the least, that I had to even do that. But anyway, it was all good, and it was nice to see him and all that kind of stuff. But being in the clinic with all the sick people, I picked up a cold. And, it was like 2 days later, I just came down with this, and because I wasn't around anybody else. So, um, it's the only place I could figure out where I got it from. And so anyway, yeah, I just came down with it, and it was a head cold, hit me hard, and I was just, um, trying everything I could so it wouldn't go down into my lungs. So just resting, and like I said, I lost my voice pretty much, and, um, just sleeping, and reading and napping and sleeping, and just watching videos, and I did nothing for like 5 days. I didn't even go out of my house for 7 days, um, in driving anywhere. But, I mean, I would go get my mail, but that would be it. And, so anyway, it paid off. I got better fairly quickly. So, but yeah, it was like Thursday through Wednesday. So last Wednesday I started. It was the first time out and about, and, but, after something like that, you just stay really weak and everything. And I had my alarm on my phone, timer going off every 4 hours to take my meds, and just like, it's like just right on it all through the night, everything. So I was I was doing really good, trying my best there. Um, hey, Howie's here, and Joy, and Patty G. Hello, how are you, my dear? Um, they're supposed to soon call you 2 weeks to schedule an in-home wellness check. Don't. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, been waiting for a year. Just so, 2 people who like to do buy goats for meat. They do all right. Oh, awesome. Was it easier to sell for food? You've had trouble selling does the last couple of years. Okay, I didn't know that. Boy, I this was like scrolling through as I was on my little my soapbox there. So anyway, yes, I am feeling so much better, but it's like I miss a week of life, of work, of projects that I'm in the middle of, and I've got our bedroom's all torn up because I'm painting up there. And yes, I've moved on to painting my bedroom now. And um, so it's like, but they needed it. I mean, it's been 20 years since I've done them, so it's getting everything fresh in there, and it just takes some work. So anyway, that's what I've been busy doing. And what else did I do? Oh, like I said, I went to see The Chosen yesterday, the finale, season finale, and it's like, oh, so good. Our theater only has like 4 showings for the whole um, each time, and so it's like it's hard to kind of get in and see it. I think they'll show it again on Wednesday. I should really go see it again. But anyway, has there anybody been watching them? Have you gone to the theaters um, for this year's for season 4? Just wondering if anybody else has been seeing them. You planted onions. Oh, you have 300 of them done. Did you start them from seed, Patty, or are you started from sets? That is excellent. Oh, you haven't been feeling well either, dear? Oh, I'm so sorry. You're not a Chosen fan? Okay. Your yellow goldfinch, getting their color back. Sets from Dixondale. Okay. Um, sell these 3. Okay. So your animal situation is growing. That's good. That's good. So anyway, yeah, The Chosen, I just got to keep reminding myself that it's a TV show basically, and it's a series, and there is some artistic license in there, and there's obviously some things that I don't agree with in there, but it's it creates a lot of great discussion points. And I've been going with some friends this year, and each time we go out to dinner afterwards, and we just talk about different things and just kind of get everything going. It just so over been fighting something off in the last 48 hours. Oh, okay. Oh no, Chrissy. Hmm. Oh, I'm glad my little garter snakes are the ones that I have to deal with, and that's plenty. I don't want to deal with anything else there. Oh, you guys have to deal with poisonous snakes. It's like, oof. Um, duck eggs started making you sick. Oh, hmm. They Morgan at Goldshaw Farm also gets sick from duck eggs. He's allergic to them, so it's not unusual. Not unusual to have that happen at all. So, what have you guys been up to? It's been 2 weeks, and yep, and that's what it does. It spurs, like I said, I'm not, in agreement with 100% of it or anything, but it does spur really good discussion. And I think it, in that way, helps people to learn more as well as to understand what it is, what do you believe, and everything. So I think, yeah, good conversation. So you used to eat them, but no more. Okay. So, anyway, what else? What else? I knew I had a lot to talk about for this. I just exactly, Patty. Exactly. So you guys are planting your garden already. There's so many gardeners here that because we've got no snow, it's been wonderfully warm and everything, and gardeners are wanting to get out there and start planting. And even in February, they were like, I want to get outside plant. But it's like, okay, so it's 50s and 60s and all that kind of stuff. And and everything. But then the next day it's 20 below. And it's like, bam, until we hit that point in May, we can't be guaranteed that we're not going to end up getting below freezing and having all that good stuff going on. So yeah, clearing more brush, turning compost, and threatening to make chicken nuggets out of a rooster. That does happen. Yes. Oh my goodness. You're doing not enough focus and ambition are apparently on vacation. Oh, I understand what that is. Definitely. Definitely is. So, did you get the results of the test at all, Alicia? So, hey, Caitlin, how are you? Your gallbladder is trying to kill me. No. Oh, oh my goodness. Wow. I know it's getting ridiculous and how backed up. I mean, even 5, 10 years ago, it wasn't that way. You could get in to see somebody right away, and now it's like, oh, you went to the beach when the weather was lovely, came home, it was too cold. You started building rock raised beds. Yay! Do do something with those rocks. I've seen your pictures of like around your fenced area and what you've built up. You've done a lot, but it's like, and you do have a lot of rocks, Christy or Kiri. You have tons of rocks, and it's like, but doing raised beds with them, oh, that's going to be so great. Good for you. That's a lot of work. Oh my goodness. Um, Now, do you just stack the rocks, or do you put something in between them? Do you like use a mortar to make a really strong type of rock wall, or what do you do on that? Um, sorry, that sounds like fun, Caitlin. Very good. Oh, yay! Very good. Very good. That sounds wonderful, Alicia. That's good. Also plan on building rock walls around your goat shelter. The walls are falling off. So if the walls are falling off, are those previous like just wood walls, or were they also rock walls that are just starting to fall apart and everything? Ah, okay, you are using some mortar. Okay. Here there's a shortage of staff, so you may end up at the ER. Oh, that's kind of what's happening. Ah, okay. So, well, the rock is going to last a whole lot longer than the plywood, right? So, yeah, in order to paint in these rooms now, I'm just like still purging, and I took 2 big boxes of stuff to the thrift store today, and so I'm trying to. It's a huge process to clear through almost 30 years of stuff, and to purge, to downsize everything that I have, while um, trying to make things more functional. And that's kind of where I'm at, trying to streamline, make things functional, minimize a bit, make it easier to clean, all that kind of stuff. So that is my end goal for all of these projects and all the stuff that I'm doing. So that's so I can get to that point of just like, okay, now all I have to do is just my little things during the day, and it's like I don't have to keep. It feels like ever since I moved here, it's like been one thing, one project after another, and I think I get one area done and taken care of, and then there's more to do, on another part of the house, and then there's more, and then there's more, and then there's outside, and then there's more. It's like, oh, uh, exactly, Kiri. They don't rot and they're free. So, Yeah, one section at a time. Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you. Yeah, but then, like I said, when I get sick, that interferes with it, interrupts it, and I've got a lot of stuff coming up in the next couple months. So, and then when spring and summer are here, it's like outside. That's all I can deal with. And oh my goodness, um, I have a potential client that is it's kind of like a national client. It's a company that owns a product, and then they have people who buy into that, and it's like little franchises all over the place. And they want websites. He doesn't know anybody else who can do them. Like, really. I don't even know where he's at, but anyway, um my sister is one, and I'm doing her website, and so he's like, "Oh, could she could we set up a deal and, have a package thing?" And it's just like, well, I said I could do like 4 or 5 a year probably, because it takes a little while to get them done, not so much in my building and functioning part of it, but more in, um getting all the information from the client, getting it in there, getting it set, the back and forth with all of that. There's also a logo design, and there's all, just there's it just takes time. And then I've got, all my other clients. Well, he's like, "Oh, that would never do." He's like 4 or 5 a year. And it's like, um, and I think, I'm semi-retired. I've got other clients. It's like, yeah, I could handle about that. He's like, "Oh, I get calls all the time." He said, "We probably have to do 3 a month." I'm like, it's like, I don't think so. I'm not building 3 websites every month. But, so anyway, I'm in the position of right now looking for, um, some other people around here who are probably graduates from the same program that I went through, my degree, and, um, the same principles of design and stuff like that. And so they would, and who know how to build the way I build, and so I'm trying to track down some people, but it's like, oh my goodness, it's like, okay, that's 36 websites a year. It's like, I don't think so. So I'm seeing who I could find to subcontract if I even wanted to take on this job or not. So I'm like, oh, and you know, these kind of things come up, and it's another reason to get all my other stuff done here and streamline and just not have a lot of extra work here to do. So the only problem is it's work. You prefer to be lazy. Well, Carrie, when it's 100 degrees outside, I totally get it. It's like winter's the time to be building those rock beds. So you hibernate during the winter, and it gets warm, and you do too much outside. You've got to pace yourself. Yeah. He needs a big company who can do it. Yeah, well, but they would also charge, they would charge 20, 30,000 for a website, and it's like, these are people who are just starting out, most of them as, um, individual business owners, and so he wants to try to offer a package as he sells this product to help them get going in their business, to say, "Hey, I've got somebody who can set up a website for you too." And he already has somebody who could help maintain all of them, so I wouldn't have to do that, which would be great. But I don't know. I have to really pray about this. Figure it out. So, uh, what do you call a three-humped camel? That is a good one, Katie. Yes, it is. Someone gave you a bicycle, you tried riding it around the grass. Yeah, you tricycle, yeah. I know. It's funny how we kinda go back to what we started on, right? Yeah, three-wheeled motorcycle, there you go. You can get a Harley Davidson lowrider and you'll be just fine. I see you going around with that, Christy. Oh my goodness. Just try to push it with your feet for a while, get your balance back. Oh, never seen a camel baby. You know what? I don't think I've seen one either. I've seen, baby giraffes and horses, of course, and all of those kind of things, but I don't think I've seen a baby camel. Interesting. Hmm. The electric trike. Nice. Oh, that's so good. So I came across a couple articles, and I'm going to try to be as careful as I can with my my words, my language, so that I don't get flagged and a strike or anything like that. But it has to do with the hot topic of the world right now and everything. And there's a couple articles, and they're um, in the show notes below. So if you I added a second one right before I came on. So if you don't see it there, just refresh your page and it will pop up. But they're both from the Epic Times, and they they're very, very interesting. I mean, I've been hearing for at least the last year really heavily that, um, hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of scientists around the world are coming together saying, all this stuff, the emissions, all that kind of stuff is not, or, the what we're doing is not affecting, global warming and all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, this article is a study that finds that the sun, not CO2, may be behind global warming. So anyway, we need to back up. The Earth is good and old. The universe, our solar system, is far older than we are. We see a little itty bitty snippet of time and going, oh, it was so cold here. Now it's getting warmer. It's like, oh my gosh, we can't be doing this and this and this because it's getting warmer. And it's like, there is the earth is cyclical, and really cyclical by like 7 and 800 years. It goes through a cooler time, and then it starts warming up again, and everything, and then it'll cool down again, but it takes hundreds and hundreds of years. And it's like, and a lot of it has to do with what the sun is doing. There's a lot of activity in the sun right now that's really different. um, it's just crazy. Your local farm has llamas, horses, shoes. You saw a baby camel here in Salem. Cool. Um, oof. But the Harley, okay. You can't pay your way out of heat and cold. So true. Um, exactly, Patty. Exactly. And so anyway, what they're saying is the premise for the current problem and push on everything is that what we are doing is creating more CO2, and therefore it is raising the temperatures of for the on the earth, and therefore it's melting the ice, it's doing all this kind of stuff, and we have to stop emitting CO2, so that it'll bring the temperatures down. Well, there's all kinds of scientific studies, and I'm not going to read everything to you in these articles, but read the articles. They're very good. And so essentially, CO2 does not drive temperature. Temperature drives CO2. So as it warms up, think of just our land and our forests and our fields and all this kind of stuff. As our land warms up, it gets green, stuff grows, right? The trees, the as their springtime comes, and summer comes, heats up, things grow, everything gets green, okay? And all of this warmth then starts to emit some more carbon because as things grow, they also fall over, they die, and the different things they grow and die, they grow and die, they grow and die. The more they grow, the more um, product there is from a tree that dies off. That's all carbon based stuff. And so as it's dying, it emits a lot of carbon. Healthy plants need that CO2 to be able to stay green and to then produce oxygen. Okay, it's just all the cycle. You get temperature to create carbon and CO2, and then it um, you know goes into the plants and they produce oxygen, which brings more. It's just that whole cycle. God created it so beautifully that everything needs each other, right? It's all symbiotic in that way. So if it doesn't, the temp, if it starts to cool down, which is what they're trying to do, is like, oh, we've got to cool everything down, things aren't going to grow. Okay. If we have no CO going on, then we're going to have plants, trees, grasses are going to die off. Okay, and so if they start dying off, we're going to be in a drought, right? And stuff is not going to happen. It throws off the natural cycle of things, and so what is driving the temperatures is the sun. The sun has an effect on our earth, obviously. If we have more solar flares, which we've been getting, if we have more activity from the sun, all that kind of stuff, that's going to heat us up a little bit more. And then it's going to create, like I said, the whole cycle of carbon and CO2 and oxygen and just all of the stuff like that. Um, so the more we take out of it, and he said that what was it, the all that we could do if we completely cut back CO2 to zero, any emissions to zero. If we cut that back for like 70 years, it would make no difference to the temperature of the earth. It would make absolutely zero difference to it. So I'm like, okay, so you just have to read through the science, and it just makes so much sense in there, really. Um, in the 70s, they told you so you'd be frozen by 1980. Right. There's these fear mongers everywhere. It's just like, they see some ice core changes and they're going, oh my gosh, this is so horrible. We've got to do something. And it's like, you know, it, the earth has gone through this over and over and over and over again. And, um, to think that we have any way to be able to adjust any of that or to have any influence over planets and solar systems and everything that happens in there is it's really obnoxiously prideful. It's really, I'm just like, oh, um, yeah, exactly, Christy. So, yeah, Christy, that would help too. Yeah, they need to do. We still need paper, we still need wood, we still need the products from forests, but um, we need to be good stewards of what we have. Is what it is. We can't be just like, you know, um, just abusing it, and without any type of repercussions. We also can't take it and worship the earth either in that way. And so it's like we need to just be good stewards. And so, doing some sustainable forestry, um, things like that. Now, after the Dust Bowl, farmers, especially in the Midwest, upper Midwest, um, they learned to put rows of trees in around their acreage and stuff like that. Put it in between fields, so that would help to prevent um, soil erosion, from the wind and stuff like that. It would help. It would cause wind breaks, and so you wouldn't be losing so much topsoil. I've started seeing a drift back in the reverse of that in the last couple of years around here. Farmers are starting to now just like, I don't like that. I need the farmland. And so they're starting to remove these tree lines and these windbreaks and stuff. And I'm just like, oh, guys, it's not very smart there. That's for sure. So um, years ago, went to the vet and they had a baby giraffe in the barn. Oh, tell your husband about the climate cult. Yes. Yes, we need it for life. Absolutely. Oh, Donna, that's hubby is going to make dinner. That's where you need to be. Absolutely. I hope it was. You said it was great. I hope it was delicious. So, um, you're gonna take a shower before you pass out. Oh, okay, Patty. You take care. Take care of yourself. Mashed potatoes, corn, and Salisbury steak. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds good. Exactly how a planet is not a garbage dump. Very we need to be good steward, and that just means taking care of things, and 100 years ago we didn't have the garbage situation that we do now. Why? Because they canned their own stuff, had their own glass jars. That's where their food was in. We had glass milk bottles that the milkman would bring around, and then he'd refill them. We didn't have all of the disposable containers. But that comes from people not um, cooking their own food in the way of and preserving and taking care of themselves, having a cellar of food that they've put together and put up. And um, it's a different era. It really is. And so, yep, being responsible. So your friend sells timber off her land, but they do sections at a time and replant. Exactly. Exactly. So, well, Kiri, I'm glad you're back again. So anyway, the what they're saying too, in one of the articles, they're using, the ice melt has been a huge key indicator um, of the dialogue, so to speak, and they said that these scientists are saying that that's a real problem right now because they've had pictures of them of the ice caps. They're keeping track of it and everything, and again, it's cyclical. It keeps going, and um, it said right now the what did they finally say? Um, in the third highest monthly gain in 45 years, Arctic sea ice increased by over 4.5 million square miles in December 2023. In 1 month, it increased by over 4.5 million square miles. Um, so the sea ice extent increased by an average of 33,700 square miles per day, um, much faster than 1981, um, or the 1981 to 2010 average of 24,000 square miles a day. So it's, again, cyclical. So that's, what, 30 years later or something, 40. 30 to 40 years later, it's, um, it's now on an increase again. So, saying that it's still going, we're just comes down to it. There's so much that we're being lied to about. So we just, and I'm just here to pass on some information. Information is powerful. So I just want to make sure that you guys have that. So you're eating wild sockeye and greens from the garden. Cheers. Oh, see ya. See ya, Howie. Thanks for being here. Bring back, give a hoot, don't pollute. I like that. And parents teach them. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Um, I haven't had dinner yet either, so I need to figure that one out. You need a trip to the store, you have to get around. Yeah. So, yes, I've heard so much from the rhetoric from young people that are like, we have to go green. It's a da 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 da. All this stuff. It's like they think that nobody has done that in the past, and nobody has um, figured out how to not waste or how to, you know, help the planet and the different things like that. And it's like, what do you think people did for thousands of years before they had the styrofoam containers for their hamburger, and different things? And it there's I was talking to my at Christmas, my grandson and my granddaughter, and they both made mention of, because I was asking him how school was going and different things, and oh yeah, it's like, well, and it was something, but that they were saying about something, but the excuse was, oh, it's global warming, and that's all it has to do with all that. And I'm just like, it's just they're being just fed all this stuff, just brainwashed with everything, and it's like, oh, we need to go green while buying caseloads of bottled. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, it's, yeah, yeah. So anyway, that's my little soapbox for tonight. But I wanted to get onto something a little bit different than just seeds, because I've had these articles for a little while, and I just like, do I do them? Do I not? Do I say something? Whatever. But so, right now, I was going by lakes today that the ice has melted off of them, small ones, but it's like beginning of March and the ice has melted. And it's like, they're open. Like the geese are floating on them. They've already come north. And it's like, oh my goodness. They're acting, everybody's acting like it's the end of April. We typically don't have ice going out in the lakes until the end of April. Sometimes we have open fishing on Mother's Day weekend, always in May. And so there've been a lot of a lot of years where the ice goes out like just days before opening fishing. And so it's cold water. It's cold there. And to have it now completely out by March 4th is just unheard of. It's crazy. Yep. Yeah. So, well, thank you, Donna. Thanks. So, actually, I don't have a whole lot more to talk about unless you guys have any subjects here you wanted to bring up, but all lakes are open here. It's crazy. Sandhill cranes migrated over today. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. And I keep wondering, I could be putting things in the greenhouse. I could be growing stuff out there right now, but we don't know when a 24-hour period will come through and it'll just like shoot below zero. and, Fahrenheit, so that's cold, and it's like, if it were to get maybe down to 30 or 28 or something like that, that would be a little different. Then it'd be like, okay, um, then I could take a chance at having stuff in the greenhouse. But when it obviously gets that cold, when it's not an insulated greenhouse by any means. So um, I just have to, I don't want to get things growing and get started and then kill them off. That just doesn't um, make any sense, and I don't have any place to put them in the house right now if I were to get things growing. So I'm just going to wait a little bit. I'm just going to wait just a little bit. Your seedling started indoors. Yay. No beach is open here. So, yeah. Yes, Donna, it definitely would. Okay. So you are Patty, you're pretty much um out of the real danger zone there then, it sounds like. Yeah, exactly, Chrissy. It's very tempting to plant early, but you just never know. You never know when things are gonna happen there. So, um, oh, I just looked at my glasses. You guys have been seeing my reflection there. Hmm, where's that? Okay, is this better? No, I have to keep my head down, I guess. Otherwise, I get. There was, I don't know. Somebody just showed me on. I don't know if any of you guys Zoom at all, but they just showed me some like special effects on Zoom that you could. And it was this weekend. I think I was zooming with somebody, but anyway, there. There's you can blur the background, but then there's like other effects, and one is you put like wings on you, you can different things, but there's a halo. There's actually this halo that sits over your head, and it moves along with your head, as you see there. It's just like, oh my goodness. Oh, you can have fun in a meeting, but anyway. Okay. Comfrey, someplace where it can get large and spread really well. It does like in your climate, probably carry some shade would be really helpful with it because it doesn't like the super heat. So either on the north side um, of a building or under a tree or something like that would probably be a really good place. And I would put it in probably if you could build a rock bed, a raised bed for that, and so then um, it allows the roots to get down even deeper, and it will stay wetter that way too. So waiting until the end of next month to plant indoors. What are you asking? Why to Patty? I don't know. Um, you did notice? Oh, oh, my glasses and everything. Okay, sorry. Yeah, it's just like I need the light. I mean, I could turn it off. Let me see, but it leaves it really dark and odd color in here. So that's why I try to have some light in here. Um, oh, well, thanks. I got free from before I died after a few years. Yeah. Oh, hey, Dave. Let's take you to. You have been busy, our friend. It's like, yeah, you've been super busy with that maple syrup. Um, are you getting really warm temps, or are you getting back below freezing at night? So you have a little prolonged season, or is it just like all flowing right away and it's going to be short? Um, hey, Eli, how are you? So, the Zoom silliness, yes. Oh, why? Yeah. I don't know. Just keep people entertained while they're at meetings or something. I can't do any of that on nope, I don't see anything here because they've added a few features to YouTube Lives, but that's not one that I could do. Oh, I like the little pink hand. That's cute. So, alrighty, guys. Well, you have some freezing temps on the forecast. Hopefully, it'll keep running a few more weeks. Okay. Well, I feel like I could give you an update on the forecast. Well, it is 28 degrees right now, so yeah, our low is 21. Tomorrow's 39, Wednesday 47, 39, 38, 38, 43, 51, 53, 49. So those are the highs for the days coming up. Um, every day is below freezing at night. So, but um, anyway, it's kind of where we're at this point. So, so, all right, Donna, you take care. Have a good night. Oh, you saying good night to Michigan Daffodil? Okay. So anyway, I have another meeting in 35 minutes. So I think I'm just going to cut it short here and get ready for that. So, so good to see everybody and perfect maple weather. Good, good. Thanks for being here and do read those articles if you can. Just lots of really good information. It's science stuff, I like science stuff, but um, anyway, it's yeah, do it if you can. So take care. God bless. Always have hope. Okay, always have hope. And things, we just have to take this whole big Shamil thing going on with with a grain of salt because it's just part of life, right? So anyway, guys, take care. See you next week. Bye.